2005. Today we're going to be doing a review, finally, of this 60-volt Toro power shovel. I know I've been gone for quite some time. I haven't done any videos for a long time. And, you know, between health issues, family engagements, and the summer coming upon us, I just haven't had quite the time and or motivation to get these videos out to you guys. I know we've been waiting since the fall of last year on this one when I picked it up. So let's get it going, and we'll finish this one out. So, you know, I've had this for about 6 months now, and probably used it for three to four times. We do get a significant amount of snow in South Dakota, so I was able to test it with 6 to 12 inches of snow. I would say probably the max on this one, even though it's about a 12-inch opening. You probably don't want to go anywhere over 6 inches. And unfortunately, it's not really made for someone my size. So if I can get a kind of a side shot here, this, you know, in order to stand up, I know I have a frame. In order to stand up, you know, I can't really reach this bar, and it doesn't really help to move it back. You can move it back, but you're up here tilting it. Really, you want to be down here like this, so it shoots the snow out. So that's one negative of this, but if you can overcome that and you don't have a bad back, it works pretty well. I mean, it moves the snow, it's just not really built for a tall person. I wish they had a more adjustable system. I think this is the max. I have it set at the max height. And I still have to get down, and you'll see we'll have a clip in here shortly with me talking over about the pros and cons during the one time that I shot myself doing actual snow throwing with this. But it is a fairly heavy device. The snow will get picked up and thrown out this way. So it does throw it out of the way. It's not like a snow blower where you can kind of adjust. If you like do it at an angle, you can kind of throw it wherever you want. But in general, it will throw out the front of the machine. And it does have a safety mechanism, so you have to push this down and then you can start it. It is fairly quiet. It is electric, so it is battery run. It does have a battery here in the back. You can pull it out pretty easy. Again, it's a 60 volts, 2.5 amp hour battery. And it does just slide right in here like this. And you can check the level. Here, let me check the level, push the button. It comes up for a little bit. And this is just magnetic, so it generally keeps the snow out. I probably wouldn't dunk it in any water because there isn't an actual seal. It just keeps the snow out. But it does do a fairly decent job of throwing snow. Like I said, the only bad thing is having to bend over to adjust it to the right height, so you're not throwing. If you're up here like this, you're throwing it on the ground, it's not doing any good. So that's pretty much it. So we'll just switch over to the video of me actually using it this summer, or this winter, and we'll go from there. Alright, here we are. This is the first day that I used the Toro power shovel. We had about 4 to 6 inches of snow on the ground outside of under the eaves. So this was a good test of different levels of snow. Under the eaves there we had some slush, and once you got out from in front of the house there, it was quite a bit deeper and more powdery. Probably my biggest gripe is that I have to bend over so far to get the right angle of attack. If you don't have the right angle of attack, you can see that I continually catch every crack and crevice in my sidewalk. And that would be my biggest complaint for Toro, is to somehow engineer it to make the main handle there extendable for those of us that may use the shovel that are over 6 foot. I myself am 6'4", and this was hurting my back trying to do it this way. So I probably will continue to use this shovel because this area is hard for my snowblower to get into. And of course on my deck I can't get it on my main snowblower on my deck either. So I will continue to use it. Some other things to note is you can tell that I'm kind of being careful towards the end of the sidewalk there, and that's because I have some large river rock, and because this has a plastic auger, I mean, you don't want to hit a rock with a regular steel auger either, but I would say it's a pretty good chance that you probably shatter this thing if you ran into a large amount of rocks. And therefore, I don't recommend that this is used on a gravel pathway or driveway. You want to keep this on smooth, hard surfaces like concrete and wood or asphalt. So the other thing I would say is that you probably don't want to use this on a long stretch of sidewalk or on a driveway, because it does throw the snow in front of you. So, if there was a way for Toro to kind of engineer it where you could adjust where the snow is thrown to the side, like a regular snowblower, that would help a lot. Other than those two things, it does do the job. It is slightly easier than using a regular shovel, especially if you have heavy snow and you have a bad back like myself. But that's kind of negated by the fact that I have to bend over. So, yeah. So that's pretty much it. We'll head back and finish things up. Alright, so to finish up here, this thing does the job. It's not for tall people. And that's my gripe. Just to show you the difference right off the bat here. This is where I would stand. There's a crack, there's just a tiny crack right here. This is where I would stand to, comfortably use it. I would probably adjust this up a little bit. But to stand up fairly normally, crack, then you have to kind of bend down, and it's smooth. That's literally the biggest thing with this thing that I do not like. It throws the snow, whether it's 2, 4, 6 inches. I wouldn't do this for a foot. I think this is a 12-inch opening, and it wouldn't have any room to throw the snow. So that would be my recommendation. Is probably at the most 6 inches of snow, preferably fairly powdery. It does do. It'll throw 2 inches of slushy snow fairly easy. Battery life is great. I never had a battery problem. I didn't use it to do my whole driveway. So again, this is for something that you're not going to be able to use a regular snowblower. I have a 28-inch Craftsman snowblower that I use, gas. And I just bought this to kind of help me out in the areas that I couldn't get into, and it was hard to shovel because of my back. But, yeah, something. Maybe I'll keep an eye out and see if they fix the length issue. Basically, all they would have to do is somehow, I know that the battery is here, the motor is down here, so there's wires in here. So, I don't know. You know, make it at least adjustable, you know. Maybe put some play in the wires so that you can adjust it up higher. You know, make some different notches for the handle, because it does kind of, it'll move. It's pretty tight, but it'll move a little bit if you use it for a while. It's kind of cockeyed a little bit, but you know, I can talk about all the complaints about my back that I have with this thing all day, but you know, you saw it working. If you have any questions, you put them in the comments. I'll try to answer them the best I can. If you're short, this is an awesome machine. If you're tall, not so much. So hopefully I will have more videos for you in the near future. Like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.